Serial killer films tap into some of our deepest fears, the monster hiding behind a human face. But the best ones aren't just about blood and bodies. They explore psychology, obsession, evil, and often our own complicity in watching. Here's a countdown of the 10 greatest movies ever made about serial killers. 10. Zodiac 2007. Not your typical serial killer film, Zodiac is about the obsession to understand. Fincher meticulously recreates the real-life investigation into the Zodiac killer, showing how the case devoured the lives of journalists and detectives alike. It's less about action and more about the endless, maddening search for answers. Cold, brilliant, and deeply unsettling. 9. Monster 2003. Charlize Theron's transformation into real-life serial killer Aileen Wuornos is jaw-dropping. Not just physically, but emotionally. This isn't horror for shock value. It's a tragedy, told with empathy and rage. We don't excuse Aileen, we understand her. One of the rare serial killer films that looks inward and downward, not just at the crimes, but at what made them possible. 8. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, 1986. This movie doesn't flinch. Based loosely on real-life murderer Henry Lee Lucas, it's grimy, uncomfortable, and terrifyingly casual about violence. No sleek Hollywood lens here, just cold reality. Michael Rooker's performance is icy perfection. You don't watch this one for thrills, you watch it because it feels real, and real is terrifying. 7. I Saw the Devil 2010, South Korea. A revenge story that spirals into hell. When a secret agent's fiancé is killed by a serial killer, he doesn't just hunt the man. He torments him in return. Brutal, unrelenting, and emotionally wrecking, it explores the cost of vengeance and what happens when you become the very thing you're fighting. Intense and unforgettable. 6. M. 1931. Germany. Yes, it's almost 100 years old, but M still feels chilling. Peter Lorre plays a child murderer in a performance that's disturbing because it's so human. This is one of the first films to examine the psychology of the killer, and even more radically to ask, what happens when society turns into a mob to stop evil? Way ahead of its time. 5. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. Hannibal Lecter, Buffalo Bill, Clarice Starling. Every character in this film is iconic. But it's not just a thriller. It's about female vulnerability and power, and how evil manipulates empathy. It's elegant, brutal, and psychologically rich. That face-to-face between Lecter and Clarice, still some of the best dialogue ever written. 4. Psycho, 1960. The one that changed the game. Hitchcock didn't just kill off the main character halfway through. He gave us Norman Bates, the mama's boy with a twisted secret. It's stylish, suspenseful, and shockingly modern in how it treats its killer. The shower scene is iconic, but it's the ending that still messes with your head. 3. Say 7 and 1995. What's in the Box? Became a meme, but this movie is deadly serious. A killer uses the 7 deadly sins as a blueprint for murder, and 2 detectives chase him into the heart of human darkness. Bleak, rain-soaked, and philosophical, it asks, is evil just part of the world now? That ending? Devastating perfection. 2. Manhunter, 1986. This stylish precursor to Silence of the Lambs introduced Hannibal Lecter as Lecter, played by Brian Cox, and gave us a more realistic, cerebral take on profiling serial killers. The cinematography is neon noir beauty, the soundtrack is pure 80s chills, and the killer, Francis Dollarhide, is both monstrous and heartbreakingly tragic. Underseen, underrated, unforgettable. 1. Memories of Murder, 2003, South Korea. Before Parasite, Bong made this masterpiece based on South Korea's first confirmed serial killer case. It's a procedural, but it slowly unravels into a devastating meditation on failure, justice, and the unknowable nature of evil. The final scene, just a man staring into the camera, is more chilling than any murder scene. Every detail matters. Every second hurts. It's not just a crime film, it's art.